What's up everyone, and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I had this battle the other day against one of my actual subs in my chat, Warsaw666. This was a really cool battle with a really clutch ending, so I had to share it with you guys. So let's get into the team preview here. I'm carrying Exploud, Gallade, Jellicent, Hippowdon, Starmie, and Dodrio, as my opponent's carrying Honchkrow, Espeon, Metagross, Luxray, Arcanine, and Abomasnow. Now, his team has a lot of power immediately. Something I'm incredibly scared of is going to be Honchkrow, because obviously Honchkrow is always a big threat. Espeon is always very powerful. And Metagross is always very powerful. But I've got okay counters to a lot of them. Namely Hippowdon, especially for Honchkrow and Metagross. So I'm knowing that he's going to be a big deal in this battle. I'm going to have to keep him alive as much as I can. So I'm predicting his lead to be Abomasnow, simply because most times when you see someone with weather, they always like to set up. So I was corrected though with Abomasnow, but if you notice here, as I go ahead and lead off with Exploud, my flamethrower, he didn't set up weather, meaning he's soundproof. Now, misplay turn 1, huge here. I completely derped on the fact he had Arcanine, and I did just go ahead and fire off the flamethrower. I was praying at that point he was Intimidate, unfortunately not. So, Flash Fire boost for him turn 1, and I'm locked in Flamethrower, so I have to switch out. I'm going to bring in a Hippowdon here, which is a massive physical wall, so I know I can at least handle Flare Blitz. Plus, Recoil Sandstorm. I've got a Rocky Helmet, so it'll do some very good chip damage. He goes for Flare Blitz. It does a really heavy, nearly 75 right off the bat, even with Flash Fire. I'm pretty sure he's banded already. But he does take, like I said, good chip damage, half just from one Flare Blitz. So I don't want to lose a Hippowdon so early. Like I said, he is a big deal later, in my opinion. So I'm going to bring in Starmie instead, which was actually supposed to be a fodder switch to let him die. But because he's not that bulky, but he does live it very badly, and proof that he is indeed going to be banded comes right here, because this Arcanine doesn't go for extreme speed, which all Arcanines carry extreme speed. There's never reason not to, especially for a banded one. But he would have went for it there to get the kill, obviously, had he had it. So Arcanine goes down, but because of the Life Orb taking me 2 HP, and then obviously the Sandstorm's going to kick in, Starmie's going to go down as well. But like I said, that was meant to be a fodder switch anyway, so all it really does is mean that, you know, I killed Arcanine instead. So bring in Exploud again, as he doesn't bring in Abomasnow again. Now, I had problems predicting against this Abomasnow. Looking at the rest of his team, Flamethrower was the obvious choice at this point. But for this time, for whatever reason, I decided Focus Blast was the better idea, and he switched into Espeon. So, I mean, that's bad, but I missed anyway, so I mean, there's that. I should have went for Flamethrower. I already eliminated his counter to it, so there was no reason not to. I don't know why I did that. But either way, I have to switch out. I'm going to switch into my special wall this time, which is Jellicent. He goes for Psychic. Now, again, he hits that, and this does really heavy damage. So I'm like, damn, I think he's spec'd. So his team is all kinds of power right now, because Espeon is strong, but Jellicent can typically wall Psychic easier than that. Now, I went just straight for Hex, thinking he'd stay in, and knowing he's not very bulky, that I'd do solid damage, but he does decide to switch into Honchkrow. I made a risky play right here. A lot of times Honchkrow only carries Sucker Punch as its only dark attack. Some do carry Night Slash as well, but I'm banking here on the fact that he doesn't have anything but Sucker Punch to hit me with, and I called it right, and I fire off Will-O-Wisp, meaning I get the burn on him, which is always good. Now, on this turn, I actually, after the great prediction, I made a terrible misplay. What I should have done at this point is immediately gone for Recover, but because of the fact that he was burnt, I just didn't fear him that much, and even though I know Honchkrow is incredibly powerful, so that takes me all the way down to 5 HP, you know, near death, which is really bad. So, I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Scald after that. Obviously, he's going to almost be dead after this burn damage. Now here, you know, might as well go for, in case he goes for Sucker Punch, go for Recover, but I misclick. He goes for Sucker Punch. I do go for Willows again, so at least I don't die. But, you know, I was pretty upset with that misclick right there, because I knew I could get most of my HP back, and then, you know, be prepared for whatever comes up next. But, you know, unfortunately, that's just not the case. So at this point, he's going to bring in Luxray, and he actually calls me to switch into Hippowdon here and goes for Ice Fang. I stayed in trying to fodder, and he doesn't quite kill me. He gets the 2 HP. I went for a cover, but he gets the flinch. So, I mean, you know, that makes up for the fact that he misplayed there. Over-predicted my switch, which was fair enough, you know, since obviously I'd be predicting Thunder Fang. So he's going to get the second Ice Fang off. It's going to go ahead and take out Mr. Pringles, which was unfortunate. The flinch, you know, the flinch helped him stop that over-prediction there, but that's alright. No biggie there. So easy counter for me is going to be Gallade. Gallade is scarfed faster anyway and can annihilate this thing with close combat. It's not like Luxray is very bulky. So I am just going to go ahead and fire off that close combat, and that's going to be Luxray annihilated, obviously. Which is nice. Now here he brings in Espeon. Now with minus defenses, I assumed he was just going to go for the Stab Psychic. It probably still would have killed if he was actually spec'd. But I switch into Hippowdon here just to take a fodder. Like I said, he was supposed to be big in this battle, and unfortunately I kind of couldn't get him ready to wall. But he goes for Shadow Ball, which I was pretty upset with because I have 2 normal types, Dodrio and Exploud, still sitting there. So, you know, another kind of misplay there, but that's alright. But at this point, knowing he's spec'd, I know I have him locked because I'm going to bring in Dodrio here. He proves that he's spec'd by switching out here, and he does outspeed me, but I made the right call. Went for Pursuit, which I carry. I am a banded set, and that's going to rock Espeon pretty easily. So obviously, if he wasn't spec'd, he could have gone ahead, not like Dodrio's bulky. He could have killed me with Psychic at that point, or at least close. So now he's just going to go for Metagross. I have really nothing left to switch into against Metagross, so instead I am blocked in Pursuit, I am banded, so it's better than anything else. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. It doesn't do anything. I knew it wouldn't. You know, he's way too bulky for that, so he's going to Zen Headbutt, and not quite die to Sandstorm here, but obviously this thing's going to be carrying Bullet Punch at the Metagross, why wouldn't it? And that's going to be Dodrio down, unfortunately, so that puts us in a 2-on-2 situation. I think I have it at this point. I think I have it wrapped up. I'm going to bring in Subwoofer. I'm spec'd. He's down to 2 people weak to fire. He's going to fire off that Zen Headbutt. It's going to do about half, and I'm going to hit that Flamethrower. But as it turns out, he's an Assault Vest set, which is pretty common on Metagross, so he doesn't quite die, unfortunately. And again, he's going to be able to fire off anything to kill me. So there goes the Zen Headbutt again, and that Subwoofer down. So it comes down to just the Gallade here. So I'm bringing him in here. I'm in a bad situation. I'm kind of forced to go for close combat so I can take down that Abomasnow. He goes for Bullet Punch, which is fair enough. Obviously, I'm going to outspeed him no matter what. And I'm going to fire off that close combat, and that's going to be Metagross down. I had to do that, otherwise I had nothing to stop Abomasnow at this point. So Metagross is going to go down. It's going to become that 1-on-1, and I know this Abomasnow is carrying Ice Shard. So it came down to this exactly. He's going to end up megaing his Abomasnow. You know, it was his lead on the final turn of the game. He finally megas it here. I'm at -1 defense. I know this is going to be a rough shot. I know I have a small chance of living it. Snow Warning is going to activate. That's not going to matter. This is going to be the last turn no matter what happens. And here comes the Ice Shard. I'm a little over half, and Gallade walls it with 11 HP at minus defenses, which is absolutely ridiculous, and then retaliates back with that close combat. No way Abomasnow was taking that, and he's gonna go down to that raw power. And that is the end of the game, you guys. Really, really clutch there by Gallade. I knew what was gonna happen at the end. I knew he was gonna Bullet Punch. I knew he was gonna Ice Shard on his Metagross, and then obviously on his Abomasnow. And I knew I'd have a small chance of living that Ice Shard once I saw how much HP I lived Bullet Punch with. I actually lived it a little better than I thought. I thought if I did live it, it would be with like 2 or 3 HP. But Gallade, using a little bit of bulk there to wall off it with 11. So that was really awesome on his part. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch the battle. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the battle, make sure you hit that follow button, or that, not that follow button, I'm sorry, Twitch mentality. Make sure you hit that like button at the bottom of the video. It'll really help me a lot. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you subscribe as well. And if you guys have yet to check out my live stream, if you like caught me on YouTube or something, make sure you join us sometime. I stream every single day over at www.twitch.tv/xChrisCobain. There'll be a link in the description below. And that's it, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.